Hello, YouTube. This is Edmonkey, and welcome to one of my little emblems that I have made for you. Today we're going to be doing something from Afro Samurai with the voice of Samuel L. Jackson in it, which is an anime, and the guy we're going to be making is Kuma. He might go by other names that people know, but in this I am going to be calling him Kuma because I don't want to ruin the story for you, because if you haven't seen it, Kuma's, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That's his name. So we'll quickly get going with what I actually use is a gunfighter. Now we're going to put him grey and we're going to stick him at the bottom like so. We have a full circle, which is the big brown bear coloured circle in the middle. We have a smile outline, which we stick in the middle of his head like so, and which is going to be like the seam that he has. And then we have two shields. You want one skin colour and one darker than that colour. And you're going to stick the dark one underneath, like I have there, just to put a bit of shadow on. The next thing I use is an axe, and it looks like half a nose for me, so I thought this is perfect, because it's a kind of a side angle you're looking at him. So there we go, we just kind of looks like half a nose on like that. Next thing we have here is a smile outline, and we're going to use two of these. We're going to use one going up and one going down like I do there, because he's a miserable looking bear. He's a sad bear. Now there is a reason he's sad in the thing, but I shan't tell you because I don't want to ruin it for you. But if you're trying to make this emblem, you've probably seen it anyway and you know what I'm talking about. But he's not a happy bear. He's not a very happy bear at all. So I just moved the gunfighter a little bit then because I just wanted to, I didn't like the shape of it. So that's what I did. Anyway, so what next thing I use is the letter F. If you missed that, I put that over the top of his lip and under his nose, just to put a bit of shadow. It's quite simple. I didn't really change it much. But it doesn't look like a letter F when you put it there because you're hiding it behind the other lines and things like that. Next thing we use is two full circles. Now you're going to squish one for the outer eye and one for the one that's in front, pretty much just leave it round. You're going to make a copy of each of these and you're just going to make those black to make the outlines. Next you get another two full circles and you make them grey. For some reason he has grey eyes because he's not quite what he seems. He's like a robot bear mutant thing, and I don't want to say much more because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I moved the eye there as you can see, but you just go off my original image, it should be alright. I had to move it down a little bit, it just didn't look right. It looked a bit buck-eyed, I didn't really like it, so that's why I moved it down. Next thing we use is half a circle like so. Now we're going to put this behind the head, or the brown circle. Basically, it's number 2 at the minute. Just put it at number 2, okay? It's the second shape because this is the outer ear. You're not really going to see it much. You're kind of looking at the back of it because of the angle of the picture. So we stick that one there. Then, for some reason, I take forever looking for another half a circle, even though I should know where it was because I have done a few emblems by now. But anyway, so I just do this one as an outline so I could line it up properly with the rounded of his head. Then I just fill it in and make it black. Then we get a copy of that and we make it brown, same as the bear. And you're just going to cover the bottom line and leave the black top of it just to give it the outline. Then you make an outline of the full circle and the other half circle because this is an anime or a cartoon, so you need to, well, you don't need to, but they always look better with outlines because we're going for a cartoony look. Next thing we do is get another half circle and we stick that in his ear. Now you want this one darker than the actual brown, and then you get another one and you make it black. But you make it 70% and that goes behind just to give it the shadow of the inside of the ear like so. Then I make 2 copies of the shield, his nose or whatever you want to call it, is the front bit, like the muzzly bit of an animal or a bear or whatever it is. And yeah, we're going to do 2 outlines like so, and just to put a bit of shadow or outline, whatever you want to call it. Next thing I get is a swoop. And we're going to stick this at shape number 2 now. It takes over that place. And we're going to put that down. This is going to be like the skin colour. Because he is a samurai, so you want to make him look like he's wearing one of those kind of samurai suits that they wear. Like the Japanese kind of fighting suit. I can't think what they're called. My brain has broken today. I can't think of names. Next thing I get is a curved line. And we're just going to use an outline like so. And you're going to just put it on the front side. I didn't actually use it for the... put one on the other side. If I had more shapes, probably I would have done, but I didn't. You make another copy of the gunfighter, and you're going to put that there as number 1. And I put a slightly thicker line at the back, just to make it stand out more. and then I spun around the curved line because I preferred it that way. The next thing we used is a short fuse. Now, these have got two nice little spikes on, which make it look like the creases in your clothes. You're going to make that one darker than the actual grey you use for his suit, like so. Then I made a copy of the circle of his head. You don't really need to make a copy. You could just use a full circle and do it like this, but make sure you put it behind the head because this is going to be the shadow onto his clothes. Now I use 80% opacity and we're going to just line it up here, and I keep feeling around with it because what I wanted to do was just to have a little light hitting the top of his shoulder like so, and a bit on his arm, and it just needs to look like it's sitting underneath his head like so. So that's how I did that one like that. Next thing we do is we get a smile outline. We're just going to stick that there on his shoulder just to put the line in like so. And then I made another copy of his face. Now you make this one darker than the brown and you leave it exactly where it is, but you move or shrink the lighter colour and move it up so it looks like the shadow coming down on his face. Now, the reason that I didn't put this in before was because I don't know if I have enough shapes, but that's what I did. Now, the last shape is just a roofless. I line it up on the outside and stick it behind him, and that's the end. There you have your Afro Samurai Kuma. This is Edmonkey. Edmonkey out!
I had to sneak up on them quicker with my finger on the trigger like I'm pulling out my sword. This is combat, man, this is war.